Generally, the prepositional case is pretty intuitive and fairly easy to learn. However, there are 4 instances when you need the prepositional case which may not be obvious to you. In this video, I'm going to call out what those are and explain how to use them. Давайте начнем. Всем привет. Меня зовут Jared, я делаю русский язык легким. Hey everybody, my name's Jared and I make the Russian language easy. This is the third of a 4-part video series in which we talk about the prepositional case. I'll link the previous 2 videos down below and the 4th video when it comes out down below as well. If you haven't, be sure and subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified when the next and last video comes out. As I mentioned in the intro, today I'm going to explain to you 4 specific instances when you need the prepositional case which don't quite line up with when we would use in and on in English. And the first one of those has to do with musical instruments. In English, we might say something like, she plays the violin. But in Russian, you would say, she plays on the violin. Она играет на скрипке. The endings are exactly the same, but you need the preposition na. And you use the preposition na with most instruments. So let's take, for instance, drums. Maybe we want to say that he plays the drums. Он играет на барабанах. He plays on the drums. You see how we use the verb na, and then we add the prepositional plural ending, in this case, the ach. Okay, so those are musical instruments where we use na. Now we're going to switch over to clothes that we wear, and we're going to use the preposition the. So in English, we might say, she's wearing a skirt. Well, in Russian, you would say, she is in a skirt. Она в юбке. If you wanted to say that, maybe he's wearing a white shirt. Он в белой рубашке. And again, we're using that preposition the on almost all clothes. And the next one is transportation, which also takes the. In English, we might say something like, we're riding in the car, в машине, and in a bus, в автобусе. I do want to call out one little caveat here. In some instances, you're going to need the instrumental case. So if someone asks, are you walking or coming by car, пешком или машиной, that is the instrumental case. We're not talking about that today, but just note that if you are talking about the mode of transportation that you're in, you need the preposition the. And then if you're talking about how you physically arrived, did you come by train, did you come by plane, then you're going to need the instrumental case, which we'll talk about in the future. And the last one here is your state of being. So in English, you might say something like, he's feeling really sorry, or he's feeling really sad, something like that. In Russian, you are in sorrow, or you're in happiness. So, он в печали. And then the same thing too, if somebody does something that really makes you mad, you could say, я гневная. I'm really mad. I'm really in this state of being of madness. So those are kind of the 4 instances, pretty easy, but they are important to the prepositional case, and so I wanted to call them out. It's na for instruments, and then the for the other 3, which is clothes, transportation, and your state of being. Ну хорошо, тогда это все. Спасибо и увидимся.